Hello, Boise. I'm Lori Facilla. I'm here to talk about the early years. I've been working with families for over 30 years, and I got my degree in elementary education and soon found out that all the problems that I would have to solve as an elementary school teacher, I could solve in the early years. When a baby's born, their brain is 25% developed. By 5, their brain is 90% developed. This is a crucial time to impact the outcome of the baby brain. So what happens in those first 5 years? Well, when a child is nurtured, safe, fed, talked to, the brain responds positively, building the brain architecture necessary to learn any language, math, read, comprehend. Building the brain is easier to do right the first time than it is to fix it later on. Reading is a skill that kids need to be successful in school. From birth to 8, people learn to read. From 3rd grade on, people read to learn. If they don't have the skills they need, they'll start behind and they'll stay behind. By age 5, we can predict with alarming accuracy children that will not graduate from high school based on their kindergarten readiness. And it gets worse from there. The trend continues, and we base our prison populations off of 3rd grade and reading levels. Who doesn't read by 3rd grade, you ask? Well, in Idaho, only 54% of children enter school prepared. Why? Low-income children don't have access to quality programs and have missed hearing up to 30 million words by age 4 that their peers have heard. At birth, infants have almost all the brain cells they'll need for their lifetime, but they're missing connections between the cells called wiring. Wiring is obtained rapidly and determines everything from recognizing letters to developing executive functions. Executive functions include self-control, focusing, juggling tasks like I'm doing right now, achieving goals and controlling impulses. You can begin to see why these functions are so important in a school setting. Babies aren't born with these skills, but they are born with the potential to get them. These skills make it easy to rapidly learn language, perform complicated math, and understand their place in the world. Quality early experiences of all kinds make success in these areas possible. So, what's the problem? Well, low-income children have the least access to quality programs, yet they show the greatest gains. Their brain architecture is noticeably different due to hunger, toxic stress, and limited opportunities. Low-income kids don't play on the same playing field as their higher-income peers. Remember that word gap we talked about. And mind you, I'm not saying they're loved or secure or safe. Those things happen or don't happen in households regardless of income. What I'm saying is low-income kids more often come from single-parent households headed by females who work or go to school or both. Staying home is not an option. So where are the children while mom's at work or doing things to improve their lives? Well, quality early programs are expensive. The less children per teacher, the better the quality. But that means it costs more. Many parents pay as much as rent for their child to attend a quality school, and that's not possible for many living in poverty. Why should you care? Well, remember those prison populations? Those children are on the wrong trajectory and engage in risky behavior long before they arrive at a jail. This affects our community, quality of life, and most importantly, that child and her family. Kids who start behind have more juvenile encounters, more involvement in drugs and alcohol, increased chance of teen pregnancy, and a less stable financial life that's passed on to the next generation. You should care because it's the right thing to do. The majority of infants are born with incredible potential to be the next Einstein or Bach, or maybe just a good neighbor who doesn't commit crimes and elevates our community. Think of what our world would be like if every child had a strong foundation. This is important because we only have half of our children entering kindergarten ready in Idaho. We know that investing in the early years results in positive outcomes, so why not invest early and reap the benefits later? Are Idaho kids different? So, what can you do? Start simple. Talk to babies, read to them, engage with them, and begin in your own family and neighborhoods. Seek out organizations and initiatives targeted at school readiness, literacy, advocacy, and children. But beyond that, remember this. Legislators know about this. They just don't know that you know about it and that you, the people who vote for them, think that it's important. So get involved and find out about what's going on locally and in Idaho. As John Whitehead says, children are the living message we send to a time we will not see. What message do you want to send to generations to come? I know I want to send one that says I was a good steward of my youth, therefore our future.